Hey guys, confession times. I have way too many watches, like for example in the watch boxes, drawers, on top of the tables, not to mention all those watch straps that I bought. They are literally everywhere on my watch boxes, tables and whatnot. They are everywhere, and I know I'm not the only one guilty of this. Collecting watches, especially those from Chinese brand, which is very cheap, can be very addictive. You buy one and then another, and then you think, okay, this is gonna be my last watch, but then you realize that, oh, I don't have a diver in blue colored dial, and then suddenly your desk looks like a mini watch shop. So what do you do when your watch collection suddenly seems like it's getting out of hand? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing 5 ways to deal with having too many watches. All these ways, all these methods is going to help you to feel less guilty about your watch collection hobby. Now, the first thing that you can do is you should curate and keep your favorite watches only. That basically means like you're trimming the extra fat on your body. So the question that you need to ask yourself is, which of these watches do I actually wear? Which one that I find it to be most practical for me to put on my wrist, or which one actually sparks joy when I put them on my wrist. So you got to take note of which of those watches that you are enjoying wearing it. Like for me personally, I noticed that I always reach for a certain watch. Like for example, my go-to field watch would be the Bernie, and for example, my everyday beater would be my new Adidas GMT watches. Which means that I have dozens of other watches just sitting there on the watch box, perhaps untouched for weeks or even months. So to do so, here's a little trick for you. Try to put the watches in a box and only take out those that you actually wear. And after a few months, you'll see which one actually never left the box. That's your sign that those watches are not really the keepers, which leads us to option number 2. Now that you know which one you keep and which one you do not, option number 2 is to basically sell them off. Now, selling watches might seem like a hassle at first, but sometimes it's pretty straightforward. Nowadays, with the rise of social media and e-commerce platform, you can actually find platforms, to sell all those watches from budget prices to mid or even to high-end pieces. In the case of AliExpress watches, those are like budget watches. So you can use platforms such as the Facebook Marketplace, the Carousel, or whatever e-commerce platform that is available in your region, and try to put them there and basically sell them off. So it's a win-win situation whereby someone might be into watch collecting and they like your watches, they can purchase it from you, and at the same time you can sell it off to them at a relatively cheaper price for them as well. Now here's a tip: if you have a lot of affordable watches, try to sell them like in a bundle of 3 or 5 watches. For example, you can create a new watch collector's starter pack, which consists of those dress watches, diver watches, field watches, chronograph, and sell them all at once in a bundle. Newbies to the watch collection hobby will actually love that because they just purchase one time and they get all the different type of watches into their collection. So it's a win for them, and it helps you to clear your shelf faster. It's a win for you as well. Okay, option number 3 is basically to just give those watches away. Now, watch actually make fantastic gifts, and especially if they have a story behind those watches. So imagine giving away your watches to one of your favorite nephews or siblings, or even to your parents, because they have a story behind it, and you are giving it away, a piece of your history, a piece of your story, to the person that you care about or you love about. It's way more meaningful if you give it as a gift to them than letting the watch sit in a watch box collecting dust. So be willing to give your watches away as a gift. It doesn't even have to be to your family members. It could be a lucky draw gift for your company. For example, you're giving away a watch, or you have a gift exchange in the corporate office. Give away a watch. It will be fine. Now, number 4 is repurpose your watches. This is where you can get actually creative with your watches. For example, you have a watch with a broken strap, but the watch itself is still working, the movement is still fine. Why don't you just turn those watch into a mini desk clock, for example? Like I've seen in Pinterest, some people even turn all watches into a display case as a wall art, and a lot of things as well. Just browse through Pinterest to get some idea of what you can do with your old watches. On the other hand, if you're into photography, Watches are basically a great props for your background, especially if you're sort of like creating a desk setup shot. If you put your watch there alongside your notebooks, your pens, coffee mugs of your laptop, they will be a great accessories to add into your photograph. So even if those watches are not on your wrist, they can still add value to you in other ways. And lastly, number 5, when you have a lot of watches, basically you can create content with it, just like what I'm doing right now. For example, if you have a YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, a big watch collection can provide contents for you. For example, you can create a watch comparison video. For example, 5 affordable diverse watches under $100, or you can create something that have a similar theme. For example, my top 3 red colored dials. So that will be a good content video. And not only that, if you are someone who loves DIY, especially with modding and assembling your own watches, you can shoot your own video and show people how you do the process. It'll be interesting, like you can engage in your hobby of assembling watches, of modding the watches, as well as at the same time sharing those videos to help people who are searching for help. For me personally, I've used watches that I don't really use much in my daily life, but I use it as a content for my video. More often than not, people still commented on those watches and they ask questions such as what is the sizes, what are the straps, and what are the specifications, and all those things. So it helped me to interact with the audience as well. And that's a good thing about watches. Instead of it being wasted lying on my watch boxes, those watches actually help me to create something of value to the community of watch collector. So that's the 5 options if you have too many watches and you don't know what to do with it. Having too many watches is not the worst problem to have, but it does raise a question. Are you really a watch collector, or you just someone who like to hoard a lot of items? Now, as I mentioned, that you can collect all those watches, sell them, giving it away, or create content with it, whichever works best for you. Now let's hear from you. Do you think that there is such thing as too many watches? And what do you do with the extra watches in your collection, which you sell them away? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I love to hear your strategies. Who knows, I might learn a thing or two from you all as well. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell button so that you don't miss the next one out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the future video. Bye!